Hands of Hope is here to serve victims of domestic violence, sexual violence, stalking, and harassment. We are mobile, which means that we will go to a client. So if someone reaches out to us, and the easiest way to reach us is by calling us, calling our 24-hour helpline. And once they make that call, then we will let them know what services are available, which includes everything from, maybe they don't even know whether they're in a domestic violence relationship or not. So it may just be, we'll come to you or you can come to us and let's just have a conversation. Let's just talk about what's been going on in your life and how can we assist you. A lot of times staff will go over the different types of abuse, the fact that there's 7 different types of abuse. And we've had victims as recent as this week, once they learn that it's not just physical and they realize the magnitude of what domestic violence entails, then they start to realize they are in an unhealthy relationship and what services can they get from us, how can we assist them in making a change if they're ready to do that. And so then we start talking about what are their needs? What do they want to do? Are they ready to make a large change or do they want to take some steps?
So at Hands of Hope, we have quite a variety of intervention services. So we offer case management. So we meet with clients or communicate with clients either in person or over the phone pretty regularly just to check in with them, see how they're doing. We also offer court advocacy. So if a client has filed a protective order against their aggressor, or if they filed for divorce against their aggressor and they have to go to court for that, we can go with them just as support. We do explain to them that we're not attorneys, we can't speak on their behalf, but we can be there as a familiar, friendly face to help them get through that court hearing.
So Hands of Hope, their full continuum of services are free to victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. And how we tie all the other Radiant Health services in is if an individual, as part of their care plan, wants to engage in therapy, wants to have some case management, wants to have some additional services for their children, we can provide that through the broader Radiant lens, and Hands of Hope can lean into those other service lines. Sometimes you may have a mental health crisis in your home caused by the constant stress and trauma, and now you need someone to guide you through that. Maybe you need medication that is prescribed by a psychiatrist. Maybe you need additional supports and services. And so by working together collaboratively across the organization, we're able to do a better job of caring for those individuals.
Well, the Hands of Hope really helps law enforcement out by doing the things that we're not able to do, finding shelter for the victims of violence, providing counseling, and different things like that, and it's all free. So as police officers, our duty is to enforce the law, to hold those accountable that are breaking the law, and we need to partner with different agencies, and Hands of Hope is one of those agencies we've partnered with to provide resources for the victims, because a lot of times victims, and what people have to understand is victims of domestic violence, like I said, power and control, they have nowhere else to go, or they feel like there's nowhere else for them to go. And I know that in the past cases that I've worked, Hands of Hope has given them that hope and those resources that they need. So they're able to do the things that we can't do. So we're really grateful that we've partnered with them.
We'll work with anyone who's a victim. It doesn't matter who they are. We want to serve all people. It's so important because domestic violence doesn't discriminate. So we're not going to discriminate either. We are here to find out what they want to do. It's not about what we want. I can sit here and say that in all the years I've done this work, if people would just listen and leave, then everyone would be fine. But I don't live in their shoes. I don't know their lives. And so what we're here to do is to meet them where they are. And that's so critically important to remember that when they're ready, we will be there to offer them that support and guidance. When they call us, the first thing we're going to find out is, are they safe? Are they in a safe place that they can talk to us comfortably? If they're safe, then we're going to slow things down. We're going to find out how can we help them?
It started with, I didn't contact Hands of Hope myself. The police officer did. He asked me if I would be open to contacting Hands of Hope. And so he put me in contact, and I spoke with Danny that first night. She helped me know that I was going to be safe and I wasn't going to be alone, and that they were there for anything I needed, no matter how big or small.
The EDs had a long working relationship with the Hands of Hope. And if we have a survivor that comes in and they are at a point where they're ready to make that decision to go to a safe place, we work with Hands of Hope to find that safe place for them. If they're not ready, then without judgment, we try to get them the resources in their hands so that when they're ready, they have what they need to make that decision. They know who to call, they know who to contact, they know they can always come back to us.
On a regular basis, and over the years, and consistently too. We just try to, as first responders, our job is, as the name suggests, is to be there first and to deal with safety issues first and all of the things. And it's a multifaceted approach. But what it allows us to do is at a point in time when it's appropriate and things have calmed down, we've got things in a safe way. What it allows us to do is to provide resources or opportunities for survivors or the person who's involved in the situation to know that there's more than just our response, that there's actually a process, or that there's hope, or that there's something more than just breaking something up and see you later. There's an opportunity to be in a better place. And I guess if I had to sum it up, that would be it. It's a partnership.
Collaboration is very important to be able to solve problems within the community. And in my time, 31 years in law enforcement, we've had a good working relationship, collaborating with Hands of Hope. They help us out when we go to a call, a domestic call, or sometimes it may be another call, another type of call where there's a victim that needs assistance. So we've worked with Hands of Hope to find victims shelter, to find them counseling. So working closely together with Hands of Hope is great for the community.
We had gone out, everybody always went out, that night, and we were with some friends and everything. Well, I started feeling really sick. It ended up I had strep throat. Well, I went home, and he stayed out and had his friends bring him home. Well, he's trying to wake me up and everything, and because, of course, he's intoxicated. And, I was sick. I didn't want any part of any of that. Well, that's when he slapped me. And I was shocked, Well, then, next thing I know, there's a gun to my head.
For me, my situation, for a very long time, I had been putting up with mental abuse. It had started growing into physical abuse in small forms, small ways that got my attention, but I kept thinking I could deal with it, handle it. Tried getting out on my own, tried filing for divorce on my own, just wasn't successful in it. So my journey with Hands of Hope and how it's impacted my journey to healing has been a very wild one, especially in the beginning. I honestly don't know if I could have gotten through it without their help.
Personal example, we have a friend of the family who I didn't have any idea of what was going on, and this person actually contacted my daughter and asked her for some ideas, and she said, let me talk to my mom. And so we were able to get her into services. She was able to get a protective order. She was able to get in for therapy. They gave her very specific directions on things to do. And what we're seeing is, as a young adult, she's having this experience, but her whole family is coming alongside her in support of her because it had been a secret. And so when you're keeping a secret, you're carrying the weight of that secret. Your family has no idea maybe. And now that the secret is out, what she's been surrounded by is all of this love and support and care that she was worried they would be angry or dismissive of what she was experiencing.
I've seen clients transformed over time, just small things to large things. We've spent a lot of time talking about intervention and victims, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say we also focus on prevention, and both at the individual level as well as the societal level. And that's something that I've learned is so critically important. And we've been fortunate twice now to be the only community in Indiana to have a large grant. First it was called Delta Focus, this time it's been called Delta Ahead, through the Center for Disease Control in partnership with the Indiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence, to look at the societal level and how can we change attitudes, norms, and beliefs around domestic violence. Because we can continue and will continue to work with victims and make sure they know that there's a healthy side for them and for their children. But at some point, we also have to focus on society and how do we change people's thinking? Because if we don't, it's a perpetual cycle. Domestic violence is a learned behavior. So if we don't get in there and help people understand what's at the core of this, why is this continuing to happen? And how do we change, again, the norms and the attitudes and the beliefs? And so some of the major projects through Delta Ahead that we've been able to do is green space.
I would really like to invite the community to engage in prevention of domestic violence by, it sounds old school, but have your neighborhoods have the signs up that say domestic violence is not welcome here. Go old school, right? Check up on your neighbors. If you see something, say something. Make sure you know the number for domestic violence services. I think that's going to be really important for folks. I have it programmed in my phone, so like in this moment, if it doesn't come to mind, I'm able to just look that up. And in my phone, it literally is know the number. That's how I have it in there. And I think that is really one of those key things that we can do, because you never know when you're going to be the one that gets the call from someone who says, this has happened and I'm scared and I don't know what to do.
I think the community needs to understand that by supporting Hands of Hope, you are supporting a healthy community. If there's violence in our community, there's so many other things that break down because of it. Right now there's a large emphasis, as should be, on quality of life and bringing people to Grant County and helping people realize that we are a quality place for people to live. And by having Hands of Hope here and helping break down the barriers that victims have, it helps the economy.
We want people to be safe, and we want the people who call us to know that we're going to do the best we can to make that happen, especially in this kind of situation. It's very personal. I think most people aren't proud to report this kind of thing. They don't want to be involved in it. They'd rather have peace in their own lives. So if we're there, it's not good already. We just want you to know we're going to do the best we can. We don't judge. We see a lot of things. We don't sit in judgment. We want to come part of a solution.
Well, what I would like the victims to know is that, like I said earlier, we're here for you. We believe you. We know that you're in a hard situation, and we're here to serve you. And anything that you need, you can call on us. That's our job. That's our passion. That's our calling, to serve people. And you're one of those that we want to serve. And if you don't get the service that you think you deserve, call me. And we'll make sure that if we need to train our team members better, we'll train our team members better, understanding that we're not perfect either, and we're going to make mistakes. But at the end of the day, I want them to know that we're here for them, and we believe them, and we want to make sure that they know that there is hope for them, and we're definitely going to lead them in the right direction.